Viewer discretion is advised. This archive contains disturbing material. I live with my brother in a small rented house on the edge of town. It's nothing special, just 2 bedrooms, a narrow kitchen, and creaky wooden floors that echo more than they should. We moved in 6 months ago. Cheap rent, quiet street, a little too quiet, maybe. The landlord didn't say much, just handed over the keys, smiled in a way that didn't quite reach his eyes, and said, "If something feels off, just ignore it. This house gets old." I should have known. From the first night, the air inside felt thick, like the house was holding its breath. Not dangerous, just expectant, like it was waiting for something to start again. The first time I noticed her, it was nothing clear, just a shape. Late at night, hall light off, I was walking to the kitchen for water. The moonlight came in through the back window, and that's when I saw her. A woman. She stood near the door, turned away, still, long black hair, thin arms, her skin pale, like she'd never been outside. She didn't move, didn't turn, just stood there. I blinked, and she was gone. I thought it was a trick of the light, or maybe I was overtired. Dress, shadows. I didn't tell my brother, not then. But the next night, I heard him whispering from the hallway. I got up and found him standing by the bathroom, eyes wide, lips moving. I asked him who he was talking to. He didn't answer right away. Then he just said, "No one," and walked past me, like nothing happened. I knew it wasn't nothing. The next morning, I found something on the kitchen table, a teacup, old, cracked, not ours. It had a small dried flower inside, neatly placed. I asked my brother if he put it there. He shook his head. Later I checked the cupboard. One of the top shelves had been disturbed. The dust was brushed away, but the doors were still locked. That night, the hallway smelled like perfume, faint, powdery, and cold, like something left behind. The smell was strongest near the closet. 3 days later, my brother started sleeping with the lights on. He said, "She watches me." I asked who. He just shrugged. I started to hear footsteps at night, slow ones, one step, then a pause, then another, measured, careful, as if someone didn't want to be heard, but didn't really care if they were. And always, just outside my door. One night, I left my phone charging in the kitchen. The next morning, there was a video in my gallery, 17 seconds. The camera shakes slightly, like someone's holding it loosely. It turns toward the hallway, slowly. She's there, standing, not moving, facing the wall. Still. The clip ends. I deleted it without watching it again. I wanted to believe it was some glitch, a prank, maybe a corrupted file, but that kind of lie only holds up so long. Soon after, I started dreaming. In the dreams, she's sitting at the foot of my bed, sewing something. Her hands move slowly, rhythmically, not cloth, something, soft, pale, almost like skin. I try to speak, I try to move, but all I hear is the sound of thread, pulling, tightening. And that sound lingers when I wake up, as if it never stopped. Last week, I found the closet door open. We always keep it shut. It sticks when you try. You need to pull hard, and it makes a sound, like wood groaning under pressure. But that morning, it was just open. Inside, there was a folded blanket, old, hand-stitched, faded pink with flowers. I'd never seen it before. And resting on top of it, a note. One line, written in tiny, perfect handwriting. "You don't have to see me. I live here too." I showed it to my brother. He didn't flinch. He didn't ask where I found it. He just said, "I know." I stared at him. He looked tired, not afraid, just resigned, like someone who'd made peace with a storm that would never pass. He added, "She doesn't like loud noises, or change. Try not to bother her. He went back to eating cereal like it was normal. I didn't say anything. That night, I didn't sleep. Instead, I sat in bed with headphones in. No music, just white noise. It helped blur the sounds, the footsteps, the breathing. But at 3:12 a.m., I heard a knock. 3 soft knocks, from inside the closet. I didn't move, I didn't speak. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. This morning, I noticed something carved into the wall above the light switch. A name, or maybe just letters, faded. E, L, F, or maybe something else. I don't know. But I haven't touched it. I haven't touched anything. Because now I understand. This house never had just 2 bedrooms. It had 3. And that third one? It was always hers.
Viewer discretion is advised. This archive contains disturbing material.